you've ever been to Georgetown, you know the opportunities to see original art are everywhere. But just off the beaten path, there is a new gallery owned and operated by Dawna Holloway and Brian Beck. I dropped in a few days ago to find out what possessed Dawna to create Studio E.
It was sort of spontaneous. Brian had finished construction of the building, but we didn't yet have occupancy.
You guys built this thing.
Yeah, we actually built the building.
Yeah.
I used to work as an electrician, so of course I did all the wiring, and Brian did all of the construction ourselves. And typically we have participated in Georgetown Garden and Art Walk. So a few days before, it dawned on us that we had this beautiful empty space, so we decided to use this space to have that art show.
And it took you how many days to pull it together?
I think we called our friend John Dove, asked him to show up with his sculptures, and then threw the show together in about a day and a half.
So it was John, it was you and Brian, your husband's work.
So it was a 3-person show.
And then what was the moment when you said, this is an actual gallery?
We were sort of scrambling to put it together.
Yeah.
We lit it, hung everything, went to the front, turned around and looked, and then it was like, oh my God, this looks just like a gallery.
And now it is. It's almost 2 years later.
Yep.
Yeah. So from that point on, how now do you choose your artists? What are you looking for in the people that show here?
We look for 2 things, art that we love, of course, and artists that we love to work with. So initially when we started, we didn't know that we were going to continue to do this. Originally we were just going to have one show, and then we thought, oh, this is great, why not continue doing this until we have completed construction and we have occupancy of the building. So then each month it was a little bit of a fire drill for our artist friends where we'd invite, like, hey, would you like to have a show? I think our second show was John Rosado, and he had two bodies of work left over from 2 different exhibits, and they fit perfectly really in our space. So we called that One Artist, 2 Shows.
The show that's up now called Yellow, does that title refer to anything in particular?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed the exterior of the building on the way in.
It is yellow.
It's
therefore.
Yeah. So we wanted to have a celebration of having been open we originally would have been 2 years, but we've been booked for those months. So we're doing this random 18-month birthday celebration.
And this is a group show.
So this is a group show with 6 artists that we have either had solo exhibits with in the past and plan to again, and some that have not yet had a solo show but will in the coming year.
And there's that one woman, where's she from?
Helen?
Her painting is blue.
Oh yeah, that's Helen O'Leary. She's getting a lot of attention right now. She has exhibits up all over Europe and the United States. Her piece for this group show showed up today.
And I want to point out too that we are above the gallery this is like a workshop, an art workspace. And Brian does a lot of his creations here. What is Brian kind of known for? What does he do?
Well, Brian has worked in a lot of different mediums in the past, but at a certain point, I think he acquired some wooden planes that were his grandfather's and got curious about just sort of restoring them, and then in the process of restoring them, got curious about how they worked.
And I love the log cabin he put together.
Oh yeah.
He made. So how to do something with no nails, is that correct? Or?
Yeah, he saw a book at Art Books Press in Ballard that had a bunch of traditional Finnish and Swedish cabins, and started exploring and found a place in Sweden that teaches traditional cabin building. So he went there and took the class and then came home and he built that cabin, and then we had an exhibit with it in the gallery last summer.
He's a very ambitious or self-taught type of a guy too. He's pretty creative. I love this studio. This is a really cool gallery. And congratulations on pulling it off. How long will you continue? Will it continue?
Oh yeah,
good.
It's been a lot of fun, and I think I don't plan to quit anytime soon.
Great. Unfortunately, we don't have time to get into one of your other spontaneous activities, which is sidecar racing. That's insane. And it's an incredible thing, but that's another interview. So Yellow runs now through June 4th. Studio E is open Fridays through Sunday 1 to 6 or by appointment. And the gallery is always open for the Georgetown Art Attack, which happens the second Saturday of the month. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Also, don't miss the Vatican, their second teeny tiny wall-embedded gallery that's open for viewing 24/7.